Hi there, everybody. So this is where this thing is, in the Gulf of Bothnia, in the Baltic, lying at the bottom. And these are its dimensions: 210 feet, 64 meters long, and it's 26 feet tall. 8 meters, yeah, high ceilings. And there's its depth, 300 feet, 91 meters below sea level. And this is aboard their ship on the surface. You know, they're there 24/7. They're looking down on this thing. They don't know what to make of it. They can't get near it. They got a scan of it. They're just sitting around eating and drinking and not even thinking. A few more shots of what they think this thing looks like. And here's a scan of the ocean floor. It's sticking right up. And a close-up of that scan. And yet another artist's depiction. And with it all cleaned up, this is what they say what it looks like. Now, it don't look natural to me. So, make of it what you will. Yeah. And here we have another scan. 90-degree right angles, perfectly straight lines, more straight edges. They spent a lot of money looking at this thing. If it's got something in it, they want it. It's obviously not the same technology as they're using to go and look at it, because it's closing them down. Now, this young lady is called Trudy Benjamin. And again, similar to the last girl, she's a remote viewer. She's brought in and she's given these serial numbers of documents relating to the Baltic Sea anomaly. Nothing else. 26664794. And then she just goes and she delves into it.
Today I will be exploring target 26664794. Oops. Basic gestalts are subjects, water, and structures. In this environment, there's an extensive amount of water. A large body of water tastes very salty, but it's still clean and clear. I see colors of blue, gray, and black. I can see movement and in a downward motion into the water or the extensive water. And I feel lots of pressure the more deeper down the movement goes. There's structures on top of the water and there's structures underneath the water. There's subjects on top of the surface of the water as well as subjects underneath the water. There's multiple subjects and multiple structures, both on top and underneath extensive water. I can hear voices and talking and conversations, but they're not in English dialects or English languages. The structure underneath the water it's capable of moving, but it's dormant. There is no movement. It's underneath the water, but it's still. In the pressure I feel when I'm thinking of the water, it's like deep below sea level. contains subjects and the structure underneath the water contains subjects, but it's very difficult to get inside of this structure. It's large, and the colors are gray and black, and the structure is kind of old. It basically blends in with the environment underneath the water like camouflage, but the structure is just old and dark and gray, and it's capable of moving very fast, but at the moment it's still or dormant. The structure is completely complex, not just a regular structure, more like a structure that it's capable of containing more than just one subject. The subjects that are inside of this structure are wearing uniforms. They are black. These uniforms are on male subjects. These male subjects are mostly inside of the structure underneath the water, deep underneath the water. The outside environment around the structure blends in with this dark, black, old, large, round or dome-topped shaped structure. Inside has many hallways and doors and multiple hidden rooms and machines. There's lots of sound, lots of seats, there's lots of subjects, but they're mainly dark black uniforms, and they're males mostly. And a continuous flow of non-English language voices come screaming in my mind, screaming. Structures on top of the surface as well. There are structures on top of the water. The structure I visualize on top of the water is a boat. It is a moving structure that moves very fast in multiple directions. It's a large structure on top of the surface of the water, but there are other boats around this as well. Like multiple moving structures on top of the water, like boats. I had to pause my drawing because I continued to hear a non-English language that is like ferociously going through my mind at the moment, and it sounds Spanish or Latin-like. So I'm going to deduct Latin as the language. There's boats, multiple boats, or moving structures, let's say that, on top of the water. This extensive body of water that tastes a little bit salty underneath the ocean, or What's the Dark Ocean? Underneath the water is a dormant, domed-like structure, possibly a vehicle, that blends in underneath the water like camouflage, and it blends in with the environment around this stagnant energy of a vehicle structure that's just stuck at the bottom of the water and not moving whatsoever for a very long time, while other structures are moving above. Originally, the structure underneath the water was a non-surface structure. This non-surface structure was flying energetically and moving across and downward, deep downward. And the structure goes into the water. Structure goes into the water and it stops working. It doesn't work. Once it goes deep, deep down underneath the pressure of the water, it stops working. The structure goes deep down underneath the water, and I feel like it stops working. Just slowly stops working. The subjects before, the people, are no longer in it. They're trying to get out of it. I feel like the people are no longer inside. This structure underneath the water is abandoned. I feel like since this structure stopped working, the people inside are no longer alive. The structure had a mechanical problem. The mechanical problem was caused by another structure forcing energy onto the structure while it was already above the surface of the water. Some subjects inside of the structure are dead. Other subjects tried to escape this structure while it was going underneath the water. Due to the mechanical problem, this structure can no longer move as fast as it used to. Some subjects drowned, and some subjects escaped alive and got out of the water. Once this structure was slowly sinking, the structure sank slowly to the bottom of the ocean, and the cause of the problem is energy forced upon it by another structure. Well, some kind of energy causing it to drop from the sky. And that is all I have for target 2666-4974.
So that was part 2, people. What did you think of that? So they're on the surface, buzzing around at speed, looking at this thing. And that lady Trudy, she added a little bit more to what Melina said yesterday. Now tomorrow I'm going to release part 3, and shouldn't be as long. And you can make of it what you want. There's something down there. We don't know what it is. These ladies are starting to make sense out of it. And I'm sure there are people out there who are taking them seriously. So until then, take care.